Today we are going to build 3.5-inch FPV drone. So please join me to share some fun and challenges everybody who is building their own drone is inevitably facing. Also, please make sure you subscribe to my channel because this will be a series of videos, and to make sure you're not missing any of them, it would be better if you subscribed. This video is one in the series where we are building 3.5-inch FPV drone. Currently it looks like this, we are somewhere in the middle of the build. So if it's something interesting for you, please subscribe to the channel so you are not missing any further build videos. And let's jump to the build. Let's do some soldering. So first I'll get back my drone and take my Omni fixers. And what I'll try to do, I'll try to add some solder to tin those ends. I'll put some flux. On them. My iron. Okay, so I'll add a little bit more temperature on my soldering iron because the parts I need to solder are relatively large and I want to kind of not overheat them but quickly. I'll try to 350 degrees so I can quickly solder the wires to the parts without overheating flight controller. But before I do that, I'll probably, or what I want probably to remove the gummy because I don't want to damage it with the heat. Okay, I'll remove that. I have my capacitor. Put flight controller in there. How would it be? Okay. So we have plus and minus. Don't be careful because there is a minus and there is a plus. Minus is really shorter, so you shouldn't mix minus with the plus when soldering. So what I would do now, I'll try to solder the capacitor. What would be? Okay, should be fine. This way, so let's try to solder it. Put some flux on the pads. Some flux on the capacitor. So that's minus, that's plus. Like this. I think I need more temperature. Okay, that's better. And another one, another pot. Okay, I have capacitor now soldered, but I still have to, I can cut it here. Now I can solder my XT30 pods in here, so this will go to plus, this will go to minus. Try to be quick. B plus, and this one will be minus. Okay, just let me do some final touches. Okay, so that's it. Now we can put it back to 350 or 320, and I think we can install the flight controller back. We can put back our gummy, and one more thing I'll take a little bit of Kapton tape. It's like something like electric insulation tape, but it's very thin. I'll take a little bit of it and wrap capacitor into it. Just to make sure everything is okay and there is no unwanted short circuit. I'm doing the bottom of capacitor just in case, and yeah. And I can do it in here, just close to the board, just in case. Okay, so here we go. We have a capacitor and we have our wires. I decided they'll go something like this. Now at this stage, I do like to check things often and check things early. So what I would do, I will take my short saver. So first of all, what I would do, I'll go and plug it into my laptop and see if Betaflight is okay. Okay, great, I can connect to Betaflight. That's perfect. Now what I would do, I would disconnect and it's time to test our first soldering. For this we will need a short saver, which is V-Fly short saver, or also called smoke stopper. So what I will do now, I'll put it into the battery first, I would say, and I'll put it into XT60 and turn it on. Okay, so all good. We have our lights flashing. We don't have sound because we don't have motors, but this soldering seems to be okay, which is great. So next step would be to solder our motors. A word of warning here. So when I was doing that soldering, I left those ends a little bit shorter, so I can't mount it vertically with the capacitor, so I have to put some incline, or I need to put some more gummies, so I'll just go with incline, and when I fix it permanently, I'll probably zip tie it to the stand, so it's not producing any vibrations which are going into flight controller, and gummies are still working. That's the plan for now. We now came to the stage where we need to install our motors. So let's start from actually opening our motors. So when you open any box, what will be inside is some card, some quality control card, some screws and mounting, probably for props, and the motor itself. Okay, so now we have to install motors, and we will be using 2x6 screws which are provided with the frame. They are already Loctite and I think they should work. So when mounting motors, we need to make sure that if we put a screw through the hole, I'll choose another hole to demo it better. So we need to make sure, so if we put the screw through the hole, so when we actually screw it to the full, it's not going to touch our motor's wirings. So we just need to make sure, let's say, let me try to screw it so it's visible. I'll do 2 screws and we will check if they're not going through the basement of the motor mountings. Okay, this seems to be okay. Seems like they are not sticking. So we will go through the screws, and what we will do, we will mount all 6 motors before we start into some soldering and preparation of motors. Okay, so I put screws to all 4 motors, so all 4 motors are now in place, and I've put some rubber rings on the wires just to keep them a little bit in order. And now I'm thinking, how should I solder them to flight controller? And obviously this motor goes to these pads. So this motor goes to these pads, this motor goes to these pads, and this motor goes to these pads. So I need to find some way to put them nicely into nice and clear. So probably what I will do now, I'll try to somehow remove flight controller, add my missing screws in here. Put some blue tack to hold those screws while I'm modeling stuff. Okay, so we have screws in here. So what I'm thinking is to make it like this, and like this. Let's see if it's possible. So I have 3 wires here, 3 wires here, 3 wires here, but I need to make sure they are not going there is a DJI connector in here, so I probably need to put them somehow. They are not touching that connector. Okay, is this possible? Yeah, it's possible. And this motor, will go to these spots, and I think I'm doing it from the bottom, obviously. Am I good here? Yes or no? Okay, I think I'm good. So now next step would be, I want some clean soldering. So what I will do, I'll remove camera and standoffs which prevent me from some clear soldering. So I will remove this standoff and camera, and tin some pads, and we will start actual motor soldering. I'll see you shortly when I remove camera and tins. After spending some time with modeling stuff and how I want wires to be going under the flight controller, I ended up with adding some little washers which come with, it's like a rubber washers which come with, here probably you can see them, they are coming with PDB flight controller. So I put them under the gummies. This will give me ability to lay wires under flight controller, and also probably give me a little bit more space to put my capacitor in more vertical position later on. So the next step would be, I'll remove a flight controller and go tin motor pads, and we will start mounting motors. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Just wanted to remind you that all parts used in this build are linked in the description down below. Also, I would appreciate if you subscribe and like and put your opinion in the comments down below. Thank you.